A morning like any other, a breakfast like any other, a routine just like always. It's 7:50 a.m. on a Monday in America, year 2004. Out of nowhere, a message appears on your computer. Nothing too special, it just warns that the email you wanted to send couldn't be delivered. You hadn't tried to send any email, but there was an attachment. One house away, your neighbor gets a similar message, only this time the email says it can't be read unless you download the attached file. Meanwhile, at the corner house, another email arrives, saying something even simpler, that if you want to read it, you have to download the attached file. While finishing breakfast, without giving it much thought, you download what was attached, only to realize it's nothing but random letters and numbers. You turn off your computer and head straight to work. It's 8 a.m. on January 26th. The virus has just begun. Inside that email, in that file that could go by various names, usually one called redmin.exe, you didn't just see that jumble of letters and numbers. If that were all, this virus wouldn't have cost $38 billion. While you were trying to decipher the message on your computer, two things were happening. Inside the Windows folder, a file named taskmon.exe was created. This was responsible for copying the worm, which replicates itself not only on your PC, but also by sending copies of itself to your contacts via email. That's why another function of this file was to log all user activity on their own computer. Additionally, shimguppy.tl had the job of opening ports 3127 through 3198, creating a backdoor for the attacker to access your PC. With these files, which together weighed only 33 kilobytes, by January 26th, the virus had replicated at such an alarming rate that by noon, the internet speed worldwide had dropped by 10%. MyDoom had managed to spread so effectively because it avoided sending itself to certain email addresses. Addresses like the most important ones, or at least those that probably wouldn't fall for a fake email. The virus was spreading in the shadows. By the end of the day, there were reports that 1 in every 10 emails worldwide was infected. The morning of January 27th was different. It was impossible to sweep under the rug what this virus had been doing. Not only did the CIA and FBI begin opening reports on MyDoom, but the real target was revealed. SCO Group was a company dedicated to distributing the Linux operating system on various servers and workstations. The problem was that, due to several legal inconsistencies, SCO found itself in the middle of a dispute with various companies, disputes that were going to cause significant harm to the open source software community, of which Linux is a prominent part. That's why during those days, rumors circulated that some people in that community, angered with SCO, might have decided to create such a virus. But what they never anticipated was the chaos it would unleash. Despite MyDoom's rapid spread, and the fact that by then, over 1 million computers were infected, this virus wasn't destructive in the way we might imagine. It didn't demand ransom, extort users, or lock your computer. No, the virus's only goal was to infect as many devices as possible and redirect all that traffic to SCO's website, causing it to crash by overwhelming the servers with a denial of service attack, DDoS. As you might imagine at this point, SCO wasn't going to stand idly by. That's why they offered a $250,000 reward for anyone who could find the source and the person causing havoc on their website. But it was too late. A new version of MyDoom was already circulating. Not only that, but by January 28th, just 2 days later, a new variant had emerged, W32.MyDoom.b. This was the name of the new version, with some distinctions, but different targets. If the original strain was meant to attack SCO's website, causing it to crash, Variant A was active for 11 days, launching the attack on SCO Group from February 1st to 12th. Variant B, almost 30 days. Both viruses would deactivate the DDoS function, but remain active, gathering information through the ports they had opened. Following CO's lead, Microsoft also offered a $250,000 reward for information on the creator of Variant B. The reward remains unclaimed to this day. By February 1st, the original virus was ready to launch its attack. Global systems were on red alert, but SCO caved and, out of fear, decided to shut down its website, preventing any potential damage. To this day, it's unclear how much money or trouble MyDoom caused SCO, a company that eventually went bankrupt 5 years later. As for Microsoft, on February 3rd, they took a different approach. Instead of shutting down their site, they created a mirror website, so even if MyDoom.b attack was redirected, this time the virus failed. There was no chance. Variant B had too many issues in its development, but that wasn't its only flaw. It didn't have as many infected devices as Variant A. Once the original method of infection became known, Variant B, without another infection method, faced a more informed public. No one was opening emails with attachments to download anymore. So, as no one was opening emails and everyone knew what to do and what not to do to avoid these issues, Variant C, or Doom Juice, was born. This variant is the most interesting because the infection method involved exploiting the ports that MyDoom A and B had already opened. If no one was going to open an email to download a file, the next best option was to reinforce the already infected PCs. From Variant C, countless versions of MyDoom emerged, versions that would remain present for a long time. The original variant deactivated the DDoS attack but didn't die. It left the ports open for any other virus to enter. Variant B followed exactly the same path as the parent virus. For months, all seemed quiet until July 26, when one of the many variants attacked Google, AltaVista, and Lycos, achieving its goal. And the servers of these companies went down for almost an entire day. Then came more versions, variants upon variants, and just as the alphabet was nearly exhausted, a year passed, and MyDoom 5 was released. By then, when everyone thought the worst was yet to come, it turned out it had already happened. 4 years had passed with people waiting for new signs, not directly from MyDoom, but from its disciple, Trojamp 2. This successor would target 2 specific countries, the United States and South Korea, launching a DDoS attack that temporarily took down the official sites of these 2 nations. To this day, no one knows why or with what intent it was done. Nowadays, some estimates put the damages at $38 billion. This is the most expensive virus on the planet, but that's not entirely accurate, because if we adjust for inflation, those $38 billion turn into $52 billion. To this day, no one knows who or what group did all this. The ports left open by viruses A and B have long been closed due to numerous security updates implemented by operating systems. The largest cyber attack in history, 33 kilobytes, and over 52 billion reasons why you shouldn't download a suspicious file.